Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing for the academic procession.
Sangena, sina, sangena, sangena, sina, sangena, 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 mama, sangena, mama, sangena, 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 mama, sangena, mama, sangena. Sangena, sina, sangena, sangena, sina, sangena, 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 mama, sangena, mama, sangena, 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 mama, sangena, mama, sangena,
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Siyakwamukela, Rialamukela, to UJ's academic opening and first-year student welcome. Please be seated. I am Professor Susie Graham, and I'm the Senior Director for Academic Development and Support here at UJ. Congratulations on choosing the great University of Johannesburg to pursue your academic journey. This is a very special and exciting time for you and the university as we celebrate our 20th birthday. Today marks the beginning of an incredible journey, one filled with opportunities, challenges, growth, and success. On behalf of the university community, we are thrilled to have you join us as the newest members of this academic family. I'd now like to take the opportunity to introduce you to the UJ leadership team. First, we have two members from the Student Representative Council on stage with us. The President, Mr. Sisekelo Simelane, and the Secretary General, Mr. Lesego Molefe. Next, we have the Management Executive Committee of the University. Our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Lefokwa Mpedi. Our Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, Prof. Saham Khan. Our Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research and Innovation, Prof. Rafilwe Paswana Mafoya. Our Registrar, Prof. Fatin van Vuren. Our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Nolwazi Mamorare. The Senior Executive Director, our very own Prof. Bongani. I'd now like to introduce the Executive Deans. From the College of Business and Economics, Prof. Tankiso Malloy. Colleagues, I've left out a very, very important person, actually. Without this person, the university wouldn't be able to function, and that is the Chief Operations Officer, Dr. Mpoti Ralapata. We next move on to the Faculty of Art, Design and Architecture, Prof. Federico Freschi. From the Faculty of Education, Prof. Nadine Peterson. From the Faculty of the Engineering and Built Environment, Prof. Daniel Michau. From the Faculty of Health Sciences, Prof. Annie Tamane. From the Faculty of Humanities, Prof. Camilla Naidu. From the Faculty of Law, Prof. Kathleen van der Linde. From the Faculty of Science, Prof. Anna Mutiti. And from the Johannesburg Business School, Prof. Audrey Drotsky. I'd now like to ask the entire executive directorship and senior leadership group to stand. These are the people that help UJ function every day. They are the support divisions. Thank you very much for that warm welcome. We will now move on to hear from one of our wonderful, wonderful entertainment groups, the UJ Choir. The UJ Choir is globally renowned as a choir. It has 5 albums that are recognized globally and available on multiple streaming platforms for your information. And we are all of us on stage, and you will be too, huge fans of this group. I'll hand over to Sizwe.
Ratiba,
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our wonderful UJ choir. I will now ask the Senior Director for Student Affairs, Dr. Nala Dwaba, to come and talk to us about the student experience and residence life.
I must say, when I walked in this campus, beautiful campus and this beautiful hall, for a moment I felt so jealous. I wished I was the one who was turning 20. But in any case, it's the University of Johannesburg. It is what it is. Mine is to actually introduce our residences, and that is going to happen through the war cry. I hope our students, our first year learners are ready to take part in this war cry. The first one, this is how it's going to happen. Each residence will have 10 to 15 seconds to make their impact. So I'll be operating like a big brother. If you exceed your 15 seconds, you might have a penalty for that matter. The first one that I'm going to call is Cornerstone Male, it's Akanani Male Residence. Let's hear you loud and proud. Thank you, Akanani. That was electric. Let's hear the second one. I thought they would make their war cry. Have you done your war cry? Please do your war cry. You haven't prepared anything for us. Let's hear you. That was beautiful. That was electronic. You have set the bar so high. The tone is high. Let's now hear Cornerstone residents. Show us what you have. Cornerstone. Wow, that was solid, Cornerstone. Gauta female residents, bring the gold, bring the power. I must say, Gauta, you have set the bar very high. Now, Horizon ladies residents, let's see the rising energy. Let's see if you can meet them. Horizon. Nice and sweet. Let's now move to Imbizo mixed residence. Let's feel that growth and power. Imbizo. Thank you, Imbizo. I think you are now rubbing it on the wound. That was great. That was great. Impumelelo female residents. Impumelelo, success starts here. Let's go. That was wonderful. That was victorious. Karibu Jami, female residents, welcome us with fire. Brilliant. Hector Peterson, mixed residents, make some noise. Hector Peterson. Thank you. That was history, unity, and pride. Well done. Well done. Kilimanjaro male residents. Let's hear the roar from the peak. Thank you. You stood all together. You stood all together. Kopano male residents, show us that togetherness. Brilliant. Brilliant. Let's move on to Lebone female residents. Light it up. Lebone. Light it up. Tintimfazo, Tintimbogoto. That was brilliant. Let's move to Magnolia female residents. Let's see the blooming pride. Female residents are winning. They are winning. Let's now hear Makwabe male residents. Time to unleash the warriors. Bayasaba Magwala, take them on. Let's now hear from the Royal House, Mushate Heights, female residents. It looks like they are winning again. Ndlovukazi female residents, bring that queen energy. Thank you, that was beautiful. Operif male residents, let's shake them, the room. Let's shake the room. Aye, they did it. They did it. Pumlani female residents, peacefully yet powerful. Let's go. Bayede, UJ Bayede. Thank you. Robin Crest male residents, fly high and own the stage. The stage is yours. That is beautiful. You are getting there before it. You are getting there before it. So Firetown mixed residents, let's feel that jazz, that rhythm. Caesar, are you watching? You're going to take some auditions on this one. So Firetown, culture and energy combined. That was beautiful. Let's hear from Soweto Campus 4th residents. Beautiful. Manje sevala. The last one, Ulwazi female residents. Aye. Livalile. You have closed it nicely. VC, SED. If this was court, if I was the judge, I would say judgment reserved. They've all outdone themselves. That was beautiful. Let's give them the round of applause. In my closing remarks, remember your residence is your family, your home, and your legacy. Keep that energy high throughout the year. Let's make this year unforgivable. Thank you and unforgettable.
Thank you so much to Dr. Ledwaba and all of you for those absolutely fantastic, stirring war cries. It was fantastic from the stage to hear all of you and see the enthusiasm and passion. And you haven't really even started at UJ yet, so thank you for that. It was wonderful. Before we move on to the next speaker, I'd just like to invite onto the stage our motivational speaker for the day, DJ Spoo. As we reflect on UJ's 20 years, I'll now call up one of our most popular lecturers here at UJ, Carleen Dempsey. Carleen is a chartered accountant, SA, and senior lecturer in the Department of Accounting. Her journey started just like yours as a first-year student, and in fact, in 2005, she was the very first-year student registered at the newly established University of Johannesburg. She completed her BCom accounting degree and honours, qualified as a CA, SA, and went on to work in South Africa and the United States before returning to UJ, her true home, in 2017. Today, she teaches auditing and ethics, helping students to develop the skills they need to make a real positive impact in society.
Members of Council, Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellors, members of ELG, and all esteemed guests, all protocols reserved. Good afternoon, Sanibonani, Dumelang, Goeiemiddag, and especially to the new students, welcome to the great University of Johannesburg. This is the start of one of the most exciting chapters of your lives. You are now officially a UJ student, one of only the 2% successful candidates. That is a big deal. Well done. And now you might be wondering, but do I belong here? And the answer is yes, you do. You earned it. And UJ is ready to help you unlock your full potential. I remember my first day like it was yesterday. I felt excited, nervous, and completely unsure of what to expect. I cannot believe it's been 20 years. Now I am standing here in front of you as a lecturer, but also as the first registered student at the newly formed university. My student number, 2005 00000. Pretty impressive, right? Celebrating UJ's 20th anniversary is such a privilege. As a student, I experienced the uncertainty that came with a newly formed, merged university. But now as a staff member, I am part of a thriving institution, the great University of Johannesburg, that continues to rise to every challenge, soaring to new heights. In many ways, UJ has helped me to do the same. If I could have any superpower, I would choose to fly, to soar high above the ground. And that is where UJ came in. You heard in my resume that I'm passionate about nation building, especially through transformation. But what sparked this passion? UJ did. And UJ gave me wings. And guess what? You're about to earn yours too. You may have noticed that UJ's logo features 2 birds. For me, these birds symbolizes the limitless opportunities that await each of you here. UJ is not just a university. It's the launchpad to your future. Step 1. Let's be real. UJ is about hard work. I tell my students, I love you enough that I won't lower my standards for you. And trust me, you will thank your lecturers one day. Your degree will open doors in South Africa and throughout the world. I know this firsthand. My time at UJ gave me the opportunity to qualify as a chartered accountant and prepared me for boardrooms in South Africa and the United States. Whether you are writing tough exams, presenting to executives, or simply trying to survive a 7:30 lecture. Yes, I had those too, and yes, I had to survive them. UJ is equipping you for success. And I might be biased, but UJ is definitely the best place to study accounting. Yes. But here's the thing, being smart and working hard is not enough. To truly soar, you need something extra. And that extra is transformation. Step 2. UJ is about more than just books and exams. It's about meeting people who aren't like you. As you look in the hall, you'll see students from different racial groups, genders, diverse backgrounds, cultures, experiences. But remember, differences are a good thing, as each of you brings something unique to the UJ community. And in turn, you will learn from one another. I grew up in an Afrikaans household, but when I got to university, I tried to embrace everything it had to offer. For 4 years, Karibu Jami, wasn't just a place to stay. It became my home, my people. Suddenly, I was surrounded by others who didn't look like me, didn't go to the same church, didn't think Saturdays were all about Alice Park rugby, and Sunday lunches were all about braais. One of my closest friends in Res grew up with different traditions, introduced me to music I've never heard before, and spoke a mother tongue I didn't understand. And yet we bonded. We bonded over late-night study sessions, and we supported each other through the highs and lows of university life. So how do you broaden your perspective? Firstly, acknowledge and respect the differences and likeness. See beyond your world. Secondly, engage with different people. Ask questions, learn, form new friendships, and listen. But when you listen, listen to learn and not only to respond. In short, embrace the opportunity. But it doesn't end there. Transformation can be a very loaded word, and it isn't just about fitting in or meeting people. So step 3, let's think of transformation as a party. Yes, even academics like a good party. But what would make it a great party? Firstly, everyone is invited. No matter their background, culture, race, gender, everyone is welcome. Secondly, everyone can get to the party. Accessibility matters. There is transport for everyone, and it's accessible to people with different disabilities. Thirdly, everyone helps to plan the party. Everyone's voice, ideas, and contributions matter. The playlist isn't just one person's choice, because we all have that one friend with questionable music taste, don't we? And then lastly, but most importantly, everyone dances to their own rhythm, bringing unique steps and energy. You might freestyle, breakdance, hip-hop, socky, waltz, or be learning to dance. The beauty lies in respecting each other's styles, finding common beats, and celebrating that it's these differences that makes the party vibrant. Remember, diversity brings vibrancy, and inclusion gives everyone a space, allowing everyone to dance like no one is watching. But here's the catch. It isn't just about yourself. You also need to make space for others. And that is the real magic of transformation. One of my life mottos is, lift as you rise. This means that it's not only about you getting invited to the party, but it's also that you invite others. It's not just about you dancing, but it's making sure others feel welcome to dance as well. When you truly embrace this kind of transformation, you will gain skills that will set you apart and make you a catalyst for change in the world. And that's what it's all about. Step 4. You made it here because you dared to dream. Whether you come from the bustling streets of Joburg, a small town in the Eastern Cape, or anywhere in between, UJ is now your nest, a place where you will grow, learn, and eventually spread your wings. Yes, you will have to wake up for those 7:30 lectures. Yes, you will have to make tough calls. Cheating isn't worth it. I've seen students make bad decisions, and it cost them their future. And yes, you will have to step out your comfort zone. The best friendships are formed by simply asking, is anyone sitting here in a lecture hall? But you didn't come here just to get a degree. You came here to change the game. And UJ provides you that opportunity. Today you are a first-year student. In a few years, you could be a CEO, a scientist, an artist, maybe even the next president. UJ will give you that opportunity to unlock your superpower. Through academic excellence and a space that embraces true transformation, at UJ, you will learn to fly and soar and lift others as you rise. Let's think of your UJ journey as follows. First, you hatch. Here you are. You arrived at UJ with big dreams. So your UJ journey, first you hatch, arriving at UJ with big dreams. Then you grow and you flap your wings, achieving academic excellence and welcoming differences and likeness. Next you fly, applying your knowledge and embracing transformation. And then finally, you use your superpower to fly, to soar, ready to take on the world. And while you're at it, lift others as you rise. So welcome to the great University of Johannesburg. Let's fly together.
Thank you so much for those really wonderful words. I think we are all ready to dance. We're ready to join the party. We are ready to fly. I think that's an affirmative. And now we'll move on to our next speaker on the program today. Sibusiso Leope, as we all know, DJ Sibu, is a South African award-winning social entrepreneur, a DJ, a TV and radio host, a music producer, an actor, a best-selling author, a motivational speaker, and a philanthropist. In other words, an overachiever, and that's the perfect definition. He thrives on giving back to the youth of Africa. We're so excited that he's able to join us today. He's considered by many to be an African youth icon. Welcome, DJ Spoo.
Oi, oi. Good afternoon, everyone. The name is Sibusiso. I came with this gift here that's going to go to one of the students at the end of my little short speech. Thank you very much for the incredible introduction. The name is Sibusiso. I come from Imbizo. Just like many of you young people here with dreams of becoming great one day. And I do not have any doubt that you guys are going to achieve those dreams. Some of you are going to stumble along the way. Some of you are going to feel like giving up. Some of you are going to go through struggles of not knowing how you're going to pay for your studies. Some of you are going to make friends. A lot of you are going to enjoy this journey of being at UJ. It's going to be a bumpy ride, an educational one, an inspirational one. a challenging one. You're going to go through a lot learning about yourself, becoming the best you that you can become. What the best university in the country? I have to say so. I'll say that again. The best university in South Africa. Baba sayitsebeng re ko bona ke Joe's maboneng, e Joe's ka Slay Clever lapho izinto zenzeka khona. Those who are new in Johannesburg, welcome to the city of dreams. UJ is where the dreams are cultivated. I started my dreams here, and I'm really humbled with the introduction. Some of the things that they're mentioning here, if not all of them, started happening on campus. I started selling on campus. I made a lot of friends on campus. Some of the friends that I do business with today, some of them who are my business partners, we met on campus. So you're going to meet your future business partners. Some of you are going to meet your future husbands or wives. They always say umjolo is a pandemic. But umjolo is a pandemic if you make it a pandemic. Remember why you're here. You're not here for umjolo. You're here for your future. You're here for your education. You are here to become the best you can become. And it will all be achieved right here on this campus. Some of you are going to meet sugar daddies that are going to lie to you, that are going to promise you the world. Some of you are going to meet liars because Johannesburg is full of all sorts of different people. You're going to meet people that are going to tell you all sorts of things. Some of you are going to be betrayed by so-called friends, but remember why you are here. Remember how hard your parents have worked to get you here. Some of you struggled to just be in this room. So always remember that. Always remember the sacrifices your parents have made for you to just be in this room. Because I know I was one of those people as well. I applied, and back in our days, Tina, they didn't call it bachelors. But maybe S. You know, they didn't get a university entrance. And a lot of them made fun of us. A lot of us made fun of people that failed their matric. I was one of them. I had to go and rewrite my matric to get better results so as to secure a future for myself. So you are where I was a couple of, or many years ago. And I'd like for you guys to grab the bull by its horn. Grab the opportunity of just being in this campus with both hands. Remember, not all of you are going to finish your studies. We want all of you to finish your studies. We want all of you to graduate cum laude. But life does happen. Remember that even if you don't get to finish your studies, for whatever circumstances, because life will happen to you too. Remember, it's not the end of the world. Because those are the words they gave me too when I failed my matric, when I wrote the first time. But it's not the end of the world because a lot of students kill themselves. A lot of students take their own lives. But remember, this is the beginning of your journey. As the previous speaker, who gave an incredible presentation, awesome speech, has already said, Uguti, you've got a great future. Some of you are going to become doctors, accountants, entrepreneurs, successful DJs, celebrities, international high flyers. Some of you are going to become ministers, presidents, politicians, you name it, you will become, because this is where it's all built. You know, I look at this country right now. I look at the people that are running the country. I look at some of the millionaires that I get to be in offices with and environments of business. And I get to find out it's actually people who cultivated their skills while they were still on campus. So I started selling on campus. I started broadcasting on campus. A campus radio station here, it's called UJFM. UJFM. Give a round of applause for UJFM. That is exactly where I started my career, and at a community radio station as well. And I used to tell people, look at me, I'm going to become one of the best DJs in this country. I'm so blind because I'm gifted. I've got a unique voice, and they make a lot of fun of me because of my voice. And I know you're going through the same thing. You're either too tall, some people call you too skinny, some people are saying you're probably overweight, you can't speak good English, some people are saying your accent sucks. Some people say where you come from, you know, those types of people that are sort of likely to make it. A lot of people doubt you. They doubted us too. But today when people call our names, they say all these colorful introductions, but because we never gave up on ourselves. Because isn't this sure abantu? We didn't look at ourselves and tell ourselves, hi, Ay mhlambe labantu baqinisile. No, abaqinisanga. Umuntu oqinisile umzali wami. Motho o buang nnete ke motswadi wa ka o ntlisitseng hi. Motho o buang nnete ke modimo wa ka that I trust in gore I've got a bright future. Whether they say your complexion is too dark, you too light, you don't speak well, you've got an ugly voice, you're too skinny, you big, whatever they want to say, it's them. They're reflecting their own opinions on you, but it's just them. It's what they think. Remember, you're an incredible human being. Remember, you are here to cultivate your mind. You are here to create relationships. You are here to create a network of people. A little bit earlier on, 5 minutes ago, when I started my speech as I'm about to wrap up, I did mention that some of the people that I work with today, some of the people that I bump into in boardrooms today, some of the people that I do a lot of incredible projects with, some of the people that give me opportunities, is people I met in Seseskela. It's people I met here. And all the campuses, UJ Doornfontein, UJ Auckland Park, UJ Soweto, you call it, UJ is the one. I remember at some point there also used to be a design school in Elof Street at Johannesburg. Now hamba lapha eneJozi bonge kumana mano hambe nje. How ka tsamaya fela wa tseba le wena. Bazokubamba bakuphaka iduna labafana laba balapha estratini. So njobu hleli la kule skolo, whatever campus you're staying in, some of you guys are going to be traveling from home, some of you nzohlale ema-res, some of you are going to stay in student accommodation. Remember why you are here. And we're not saying you mustn't have fun. Of course you must have a lot of fun while you're at it. My DJing career started here. I used to have my own sound system. Back in those days, we used to play on vinyl. Some of them used to make fun of us. Hey, laba nabo. Bacabanga ukuthi bazoba ama famous DJ. Well, look who's talking now. So your future starts here. Grab the bull by its horn. Believe in yourself. Go for those dreams. You're going to become great because you're at the right institution. Create those friends. Build that network. Stay away from negativity. Stay away from people that stab you in the back, that speak bad about you, that are a wrong circle of people. Align with the right people who've got a vision for themselves, because it all starts on campus. I started my first business here. I used to sell. And I built a big company. Yes. Oh, and by the way, because of being the nice guy that I am, I'll just give it to any one of those guys over there. Whoever's going to come here first, here's your more fire. Give him a round of applause. It's okay. You can share it, guys. You can share it. You can share it. You can share it. It's okay. You can share it. Give it to the lady, but you can share it. You see, it starts as a little dream of you selling in campus, or you pursuing your dream on campus and people making fun of you. And then they don't know that one day you might build a global or international or national brand that becomes a country's pride. That drink over there was birthed by UJ. My business partner comes from Wits University. I come from UJ. We built that for the whole country to consume. It's not only our business, but it's for the country. But it's also a symbol of what's possible to each and every one of you. We've done all of the work. We're here. God has been great. We're still alive. We're breathing. And we've taken the bar and put it here. Now it's your responsibility, guys, to take it even to the next level. We've built Abo Mofire. Some people have built some great brands. Abo Makosa, Abo Patu, Abo, you name them. But it's your responsibility to do it better. We've opened it up for you, just like also our predecessors, the likes of Abo, the late great Ntate Richard Maponya, have opened the doors for us to walk. They walked so we could fly. So Tina, sivugile ukuthi nina nibambe nihambe niyohasila abantwana basekhaya. Ngiyanthanda, ngifuna nani nizithande, ngifuna niphumelele, ngifuna niziqhenye. Ke batla ko right ke libe motlotlo ka whoever you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have or your parents have. It doesn't matter whether you don't have any parents. It doesn't matter whatever you're going through. What matters is what you think of yourself. We're here because we believe in you. We want you to believe in yourself. I love you so much, and I appreciate you guys. Have a great time at this institution. It's such an amazing institution. It's an incredible name. It's going to open up so many doors for you, and you're going to have a great experience studying here. And once again, as I close, stay away from the wrong company. Stay away from negative energy. Do believe in yourself. Build bigger things than Abomo Fire. Always remember, and take this thing to the next level. It is your time. We love you. When I say more, you say fire. More.
Thank you for that wonderful, wonderful, rousing speech. Your warmth, your energy, your words of wisdom, it's just absolutely fantastic. And take note, our two wonderful speakers that set the scene. You can go very, very far in this life thanks to being part of the UJ family. Thank you so much for those speeches. We'll now hear, yes, let's give it another round of applause. We will now hear from our SRC President, Mr. Simelane Sisekelo.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Being a student, ever since I was told that I'll be speaking on the same program with the VC, I've been fainting a bit here and there. But let that be an example of how far humility and a dedication to being of service to students can take you. Nevertheless, let me greet the VC, Prof. Mpedi, the MEC, council members, executive deans of faculties, executive directors, senior directors in your own avenues, management and staff, our guests, Central SRC members, Campus SRC, students, and the floor at large. I greet you all. All right, formalities aside, I'm also a student. Hey. Nevertheless, my name is Sisekelo Simelane, the UJ SRC president, and I'd like to welcome you to what I call the University of Possibilities. If you'd read one of our mottos, you'd see that our biggest key point is always saying, our future reimagined. And I'm so excited for you. 4 years ago, I was sitting in this very same seat as well, having my own orientation. And it's 4 years later, I've achieved so much. Thank you. And, just before we start, just look to your neighbor and say, neighbor, I am the best. Yeah. There's a reason why I'm saying that. If you look at our statistics, you would see that we've had over 700,000 applications against just above 10,000 spaces. So you can tell how much it took for you to get here. Hence, I say you are the best. Now, we've gotten as to how you got into here. You got here not only based on race or anything else. You only got here based on your academic criteria. That speaks well of you. Having answered how did you get here, the question now stands, why are you here? As the previous speaker had asked. Let me tell you now, above everything else, you are here to learn, students. Above everything else, academics must always come first. Be diligent with your work. We heard from our previous speakers as well that we see students who take shortcuts and start cheating on all those things. Don't do that to yourself. Be diligent with your work. More than just that, above coming here to learn and study, we want you to grow holistically as a student. Hence, I advise that you socialize, you join societies. We've seen the houses performing. These are spaces you're supposed to be in. And I'm proud of my SRC because when the houses are performing, they'll stand up in support. And that's amazing. But nevertheless, participate in these activities. Why? There was a scenario when I was in class and I heard from a lecturer who told us that what normally happens with students is that they tend to believe that they're just here to get a degree and that's it. What happens if you take that approach is that you then go into the corporate world and you go to interviews and they ask you, tell us about yourself. But because you've never grown those soft skills, the confidence, the articulation, the thinking, you start panicking, you lose your interviews. Hence, I say participate, socialize, engage. It's a university. More than just the house performances and the house activities, we also have societies at UJ. We've had churches, and we're going to bring in dance clubs and speeches and debate societies. Why? For the exact reason of growing the soft skills, for you to be able to articulate and to speak better. More than just that, I believe so much more in the power of debating societies, because I think, contrasting to back then, the biggest drivers of change in today's world are people who can speak and articulate. More than just that, apart from societies and how you can engage, we also have support structures for you. The first one being the SRC. The SRC is here for you. I hope in your orientations and your first year seminars you were shown our offices. If you ever have any queries about anything, direct yourselves to the SRC offices who will always be willing to assist. More than just that, we are aware that not everybody knows about the SRC. But interdepartmentally, we have our tutors, we have our peer mentors. Look into them, ask them for advice. They know better. They're tutors for a reason. Let them guide you, let them tutor you. Above everything else, what we've seen as a university is that there's a big challenge when you have to transition from high school to the university. And it really taps into you mentally. You struggle mentally. We do have a support structure for that called PsyCAD. You can go in for counseling sessions or therapy sessions if you're ever in need. But what we're advocating for is that if you're ever going through a lot, you're going through the most, if you can't engage your friends, your SRC, your tutors, your peer mentors, you have PsyCAD. Never resort to the option of killing yourself if it ever has to get there. Lastly, my address to the SRC. There's a term that I heard from Professor Ngulunga. He spoke about the bigotry of low expectations, wherein because of preconceived notions about how a particular group within your capacity has performed previously, they then have a certain idea or expectations about how you're going to perform. And the SRC has been known for the worst things as we stand. Drinking, failing classes, all those things, causing havoc. Let's be a different SRC. Let's bring back dignity to our name. And again, contrasting to what would happen back then, the biggest driver of change in today's day and world is people who are solution-minded. What we tend to do as SRC, we focus on complaints, but never the solutions. Let's be a different SRC. Let's bring solutions. As I conclude, UJ is turning 20 this year. It's an amazing year for all of us. Let's have fun. And as I close, there's a quote here by Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Thank you.
I'm going to use the phrase, "Thank you, Mr. President," because that speech proves why you are the SRC President. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. I'd now like to invite to the stage Olani Mbele and Leah Mollink, who will share with us an item of poetry.
The Orange Army, a beacon of light, shining into dim corners of our lives, a home for the masses, where hope thrives, a builder of ethical leaders, arming each and every soul to conquer poverty's hold, breaking through social injustice, bridging the gap of financial instability. This is where our dreams find their voices and existence, a sanctuary for all those who seek knowledge, for all those who are curious, for all those who want to change their lives. A powerhouse for minds that never rest, encouraging excellence and shaping the best, fortifying our standing in our societies near and far, paving a way for global stars. Scholars of greatness, our future is reimagined in the eyes that see. The promise of UJ, a legacy eternally free. Who are you?
I'm not sure where to begin, and I'm not sure how to explain myself. I'm not sure of who I am or where I come from, and anything that I am sure of, I'm not sure if it's okay to say. I don't know if I'm allowed to call myself African. To be proud of it feels like I have to be proud of colonialism, but there is not another home that I know. The thought of my ancestors makes me shrivel. I have seen scans of documentation of their entry into this country, proof of it. I fear about what they might have thought. I fear about who they might have been. I fear that I inherited it. I fear that I am feared because white woman tears are dangerous. My stomach turns inside out when I enter a room and everyone switches to English for my sake. When my friends have come to university and learned other languages just by being around other people, and I receive applause for saying, "Sawubona." I do not know how to be a good white South African. I do not know when I'm trying too hard to be part of it. I do not know when it is my place or when it's not my place or when I'm allowed to ask my friends to translate. And I'm embarrassed that I don't understand. I don't know who I'm allowed to be. And I don't know what I inherited from my ancestors. But what I do know is that I've inherited an Africanness from somewhere else, Ubuntu. My friends teach me words like skaftin, and they smile when I use them. They teach me to dance, they include me, and in those moments I am African. I visit my best friend in Zambia, and her mother decides that I am Lozi as well. Her and I dance together. And there is an Africanness to my mother and her sisters, the Leeming women, a small village taking care of each other. A lavish feast for every Christmas, Easter, or birthday, each of them bringing a dish or two, always enough to feed the masses. This year was my first time bringing something, a berry crumble I'd made for my grandmother's birthday. I know that I inherited such care from my mother and her sisters and their mother, how my mother bakes for me when I'm sad and delivers meals when I'm too worn out to cook. I know that from my father I inherited my sense of humor and my occasionally misplaced optimism. I know that from his father I inherited a love of long, drawn-out jokes and hugging intentionally, tightly with both arms. From his little sister Sue, I inherited my ability to forgive myself as well as my snorting laughter. From his big sister Bonnie, I inherited a sense of justice and self-trust. And from his mother, my granny Wendy, I inherited poetry. And there is all of this love, all of this community, and I inherit so much every day. I do not know what it means to be a white South African in post-apartheid South Africa. I do not know what it is supposed to mean, but beyond discomfort for the reason, this is my home, and I am African. I cannot imagine being anything else. And I say this with closed eyes and through gritted teeth. I do not want to intrude, but I believe that this is who I am, and this is who I long to be.
I think the only word I can say is wow. Thank you so much to both of these wonderful artists for sharing such a moving piece. We now move on to that item on the agenda where we have our truly esteemed speaker, our Vice-Chancellor. Before his current position as Vice-Chancellor and Principal of the University of Johannesburg, Professor Mpedi served as Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic and prior to that Executive Dean in the Faculty of Law at the great University of Johannesburg. He lectured labour law and social security to LLB, postgraduate and certificate students, and has delivered papers at numerous national and international conferences. Professor Mpedi has published widely on social security and labour law in South Africa, Southern Africa, and Anglophone Africa. One of his most recent publications include a co-authored book, Labour Law in Ghana, published in 2022, and a sole-authored book, From the Baobab to the Mosquito, Rethinking Leadership Through African Sayings. He is a true champion of the UJ family. I'd now like to invite the VC to address us.
Thank you very much, Professor Graham. I'm very emotional after, our poets. That was just amazing. Let's give them a warm round of an applause. And everybody who spoke before me. I sat there thinking that, what is it that I'm supposed to say after listening to this amazing South Africans? But I have to do my job. Members of council, present here today, members of the Management Executive Committee, members of the Executive Leadership Group, Senior Leadership Group, our leaders, members of the UJ Central SRC led by President Milani, you heard him speak, and members of various campus SRCs, our guest speaker, DJ Sbu, parents present here today. Let us not forget the amazing, mighty UJ choir. I always get goosebumps when I hear you perform. DJ Sbu, at UJ, we now have UJ Broadcasting, consisting of, SED help me, UJ TV and UJ FM. Let us acknowledge these amazing, talented members of UJ Broadcasting. Our various residences led by when I was a student during the Rao days, they used to call them hakas. I don't know what you are called today. House committees, you are amazing. The students that we are welcoming here today, and let us not forget, South African Broadcasting Corporation is present here today. Let us also acknowledge them. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I shouldn't make a mistake of omitting members of staff here at UJ. I see how you are looking at me, Professor Pason Zenze. I also acknowledge you. You are all welcome, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I was touched when the question was asked by Mr. Mbele. I hope I pronounce your surname correctly. Who are you? I have to answer that question. But before I do that, I want members of the UJ Central SRC to please stand up. You heard me, I said please, to please stand up. Now look at them, ladies and gentlemen, look at them carefully, and I'll tell you why. You may take your seats. Members of various campuses, the campus SRCs, please stand up. Thank you very much. You may please take your seats. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at these young men and young women, do you see somebody who look like he might rob you? No. Of course, forgive them, they wanted more fire so bad. That is just an exception, Generally, this is what our SRC, members of our SRC look like. If you compare them with other places, now I'm not going to talk about other places. This is, how our SRC look like. SED, Professor Ngulunga always reminds me that the future of this country will be decided by people coming from this university, will be decided by this university. And when you look at our students, you should have no choice but agree with Prof. Ngulunga. And I agree with Prof. Ngulunga that this is the leadership that we want to build. These are the people that one day are going to be presidents, CEOs that DJ Sbu talked about. Keep it up, ladies and gentlemen. Continue to represent us well. I couldn't help it, but think about the question Madam C asked about, or what she said that about UJ having prepared her to become a chartered accountant. Ladies and gentlemen, this great University of Johannesburg prepared me to be your vice chancellor. Isn't it nice? It shows UJ believes in its own products. I studied here, I did my master's here, and I never left. Okay, I left briefly, came back, never left. Just like Professor Peterson. Where's Professor Peterson? Our Dean of Education came as a student and never left. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying people should go. Some of you will never leave. You're going to be deans, and you must be. You're going to be vice chancellors, deputy vice chancellors, senior directors, and so on. That is what we want you to be. The best that we know you can be. UJ is not like any other university, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this because I'm citizen number one of UJ. No. Here at UJ, you can come as a primary school child at our Fundau Jabule next door, the best primary school in the galaxy. I'm not exaggerating, Prof. Gravet. You started that school. I mean, kids there, DJ's Boo, they learn to program at what grade 1. They are already coding. I studied law up to doctoral level. Prof. Fredericks, I don't know if you can, but those kids, because I cannot, and I'm embarrassed, those kids can recite the preamble of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa of 1996 without blinking. Prof. Van der Linde, you must visit and hear them recite the preamble of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. It's just amazing. The lowest qualification of a teacher there is a master's degree. Am I exaggerating, Prof. Gravet? Am I exaggerating, Prof. Peterson? Those primary school teachers are taught by doctors. This is the best university. You can start there at primary and emerge on the other side as a postdoctoral research fellow. Because we have the UJ Metropolitan Academy. We've got a high school. We had it for decades, ladies and gentlemen. And the pass rate there is always over 97%. And this high school teaches technology, mathematics, physics. Note the name, UJ Academy. Remember the name, UJ Fundau Jabule. I smiled when I saw the young men there. We want to catch you early. We want you to come here. And we've got a good, soccer team. And please, I saw you, holding a football there, a ball, and then you're wearing a football team. We want to welcome you one day here at the great University of Johannesburg. Now, there's only one UJ, ladies and gentlemen. This is just an example. Now, back to the question, who am I? If you ask me that question, Mr. Mbele, I'll tell you that I am, but let me do it in my language. Nna ke le tlhokola tsela ntshebele motho sebela kwa habo. Ke mpedi ke tlou e kgolo. Ke morwa fofala danisa molope le mokgatlile a le temekana. Bukhosi bo tau ha se selo. Motlang morwa pholofola etile pompedi na ba kaila lefase le. Bo tau na ba ja lerotse. Hwa! I know, Prof. Gravet, you are wondering what the hell did I say. I'm saying I'm the great elephant. The day my ancestors were roaming this planet, lions were eating watermelons. Let me get on with it. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2019, but before I talk about going to my speech, DJ Sbu, you really motivated me. Starting with my wife, I hope she's watching. When I say I want to DJ, just one set. She says, no, don't embarrass yourself. The UJ people say, please, no, don't. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove them wrong. Kavish, are you here? UJ FM? We're going to do it. I said I'm going to wear an orange suit so that I can welcome my students very well. And remind them that UJ has only one color, and that color is orange. It's orange or nothing. People were saying, no. My wife this morning when I left, she said, hallelujah. She said, I look like a charismatic church pastor. But she said, you look handsome, and I said, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our blood is orange. It's orange or nothing. is the best or nothing at the great University of Johannesburg. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2019, it sounds like a long time ago, the Zambian poet Musenga Katongo wrote an insightful poem entitled New Beginnings. For you, ladies and gentlemen, that we are welcoming today, this should be part of your new beginnings. His second stanza tells us, beckoning bright lights bring events expected to excite, while guests grind to guide and invite innovative insight. That's deep, ladies and gentlemen. This is an appropriate descriptor for new beginnings at the great University of Johannesburg. We say at the great University of Johannesburg, we innovate and others imitate. When we talk about the great university where we say all excellence observed, I hear some of our competitors are saying they are mighty, they are better than great, and say, well, that's for you to decide. I mean, I was listening to the various residencies. I'm like, Dr. Letwaba, you are right. You know, if I were to decide on this, I would just say judgment reserved. They were amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a warm round of an applause. I don't stay far away from the university, and I used to hear this loud chants, and it worried me. It really worried me, to the point that I phoned Professor Ngulunga. I said, do you hear what is happening? Are you around? Is everything okay? And he said, no, it's our students. These are war chants, and you'll hear them on Friday. And I said, well, we'll hear this war chants. They were just amazing. I could just listen to you every day. And I wouldn't be surprised when our peer institutions start imitating you. We must copyright them so that when they start, imitating you, Ulazi, then we say, you stop right there. Where's the General Counsel? We say, General Counsel, deal with this. You are amazing. There is a war chant that the new students need to know at UJ. Yes, you have got your residence war chants. There is one war chant that you must know, and you must be able to sing this in your sleep, and I will lead you. UJ! All the way! UJ! Ah, that's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. You have been taught very well. It is my great honor to welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen. Some for the first time, and some who are returning to this dynamic institution. As the academic year officially begins on Monday, this certainly looks to be another exciting year for the UJ community. There are some notable shifts this year, ladies and gentlemen. As many of you will know already, last year we launched our new strategic plan to take us to 2035. Across cultures and creeds, there is a common proverb, ladies and gentlemen. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. This is the very tenet of sustainability and of impact. If we consider this to be a resounding clarion call for our generation and the generations to come, then we are tasked with the responsibility to respond accordingly. Though often thought of through a narrow lens, universities have an expanded role. Ladies and gentlemen, we must lead in addressing ethical, moral, political, and social questions. You hear people lying about people, spreading falsehoods, saying, hey, I'm being strategic. This is politics. Hey, I'm positioning myself. Not at the University of Johannesburg. A lie is a lie. We don't want those people leading us, in government and all these big organizations. We want ethical leaders. We want ethical politicians. We want honest individuals that when they are wrong, they will apologize and say, I was wrong. Please forgive me. This is the type of leaders we want to produce. That's why we're saying here at the great University of Johannesburg, mark Professor Ngulunga's words, the future of this country will be in the hands of people that graduated here, and those are going to be ethical leaders. Just look at our leaders and how they dress. They don't look like somebody who's just about to rob you. This is somebody that you may want to talk to, take pictures with, and ask for directions, and exchange ideas. And that is the type of leadership we want to build, and we are building here at the great University of Johannesburg. Ladies and gentlemen, what we want to do here, which is part of the expanded role of a university, is what we call societal impact. The tangible effects of our research and work in the broader world. It doesn't help to produce research that is research for its own sake. We want research that will go out there and address societal challenges of the day, like poverty, unemployment, and so on. This shift, ladies and gentlemen, takes us beyond academic boundaries to engage directly with economic, social, and cultural spheres. I mean, our grandparents suffered. They walked barefooted. Our parents, suffered. We must be the generation that changes all. And the generations that are going to follow us should not take us back to where our grandfathers were. And that is what we are all about. Our purpose, ladies and gentlemen, is not only to share knowledge, but to inspire individuals to make meaningful contributions to society. Some universities are proud for being exclusive. We are proud for being inclusive. Because we, as UJ, we are showing on a daily basis that excellence and success, excellence and quality are not mutually exclusive. I mean, about 700,000 applications for just over 10,000 spots, and you are the ones who made it. It tells me something, that you really wanted to be here because you could have gone anywhere. Let me tell you how we do it at UJ. Correct me, Madam Registrar, if I'm out of line. And I know I'm not out of line, because I work closely with you, and I worked as a dean, and I worked as a DVC, Prof. Khan. I know how we do things here at UJ. At UJ, we don't throw applications in the sky and say those that are face down, you get admitted. No. It's academic merit, and academic merit. It doesn't matter whether one comes from the famous village or one comes from the famous city. Here, you get admitted based on merit. We take from the top. And that tells us that you are the top. Somebody said you are the top 2%, and we congratulate you, and we welcome you to this great university. I heard that on TikTok, there are people that you guys are posting. TikTok, do you post or do you upload? But anyway, whatever you do, I hear that on TikTok, there are videos where you guys tell people that you are the ones that made it out of many. You are the chosen ones, on merit. Today I want to say, continue to load those videos, Because you worked hard to be here. People, say all sorts of things. Yeah, hey, man, make a plan, man. Hey, Vice Chancellor, make a plan. I'm like, what plan? I send it to the registrar, and the registrar explains how it works. Because, imagine you guys, after having worked as hard as you did, not getting a seat at the great University of Johannesburg because somebody made a plan. It doesn't work like that. It's merit all the way. And we are proud of you. But it doesn't end here. You are in, ladies and gentlemen. In the Lendlela. There's a long way to go. We want to see you again graduating at the great University of Johannesburg. It should not be just, you were welcomed and that's it. There is work to be done. Please enjoy your time here. Don't just focus on books. We want you to focus on books because when you graduate, we want well-rounded people. People who can stand up there and address crowds, like DJ's Boo did, That is what we want, We want you to grow as individuals. We also want you to be careful of the wolves that, are always, circling the university. They are driving nice cars, make no mistake. Be careful. Be careful. DJ Sbu, you said people will meet their future spouses. I want to check. Who met his wife or husband at university? Raise your hand, Prof. Mashau. Okay, who met a girlfriend at university? I'm sure, President, you're going to raise your hand. Well, I come from this village in the Hammanskraal area. I said, hey, I don't want to be distracted, you know. So I did my first degree, 3 years, B Juris, Mr. Alton Hart. Then I started my LLB. My final year, I was left with 3 months, and I saw my wife. I said, to hell with these rules. This is the one. And of course, rules are to be, you know, tweaked, and then we got married, you know. It's how it should be, you know. If you meet the one, it's the one, you know. But I'm not saying you should be going around looking for the one. And then DJ Spoo, you said you are from Tembisa. Now the guys from Tembisa, hey, they were too fast for me, you know. You know, I come from a village and I was like, beer is bitter. And I'm not saying you should drink beer. And I don't drink, you know. But I met guys from Tembisa and they introduced me to Hansa Pilsner. We fought because I looked at them, you know, I was impressed because they would take 1 bottle of beer. And it's the truth. I'm not teaching you to drink, but you'll get people like that. They would take 1 bottle of beer and put it next to the other and open it. And I thought, hey, that is dangerous. There might be pieces of bottle. No. And I asked, I said, but you know, I saw the other one opening it and it made a koof sound. They said, no, stay away from that beer. It means it's hot. These guys knew the science around everything. Then I said, but guys, teach me, show me. They grabbed my hands to teach me how to open 1 beer with another. Until I managed to open a bottle. Then I said, but guys, you are failing. Not that all people from Tembisa are failing. I said, but you are failing. The way you taught me with passion to open this bottle, if you put that energy into your books, you would be getting distinctions. Of course, they disowned me, you know. At university, you'll meet all sorts of people. Keep good company, ladies and gentlemen. Learn from your mistakes. And strive to be the better version of yourself. You know, you must grow. So at the university, we understand that alongside our commitment to academic excellence, we have a responsibility to ensure our approaches reflect purposeful progress. We have a duty to equip you all not only with knowledge and skills, but with a commitment to ethical leadership and social responsibility. The core theme of this plan, that is our strategic plan, is societal impact and sustainability, global partnerships and footprint, and technologies for the future. This ensures that all UJ activities, including research, teaching, learning, and collaboration, contribute to bettering society and promoting sustainability. Our mandate is simple, ladies and gentlemen. UJ provides a holistic, world-class education that goes beyond formal instruction to prepare students as resilient, critical thinkers who make a positive societal impact. We aspire to lead international research from an African and global South perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, our research, driven by values of impact, innovation, inclusivity, and integrity, utilizes advanced technologies to promote sustainable living in a digital age. Our values guide transparent communication and accountability, while our organizational agility enables us to collaborate effectively with communities, supporting a sustainable future and positive societal change. Alongside this exciting new era for UJ, we are also celebrating our 20-year anniversary this year. Indeed, it has been 20 years since the 2005 merger broke down the barriers of apartheid education and separation and the Bantustan's architecture in all its forms. I said to the team last year, and I'm no dictator, we are going to celebrate from 1 January until the 31st of January. That celebration is continuing. You can see it, ladies and gentlemen. UJ is 20. Please join us, and spread the word that UJ is 20. We are going to have all sorts of events throughout the year. Make sure that you are part of those celebrations. This great initiative, ladies and gentlemen, of mergers of the late South African Minister of Education, Professor Kare Asmal, established UJ as a single higher education institute, providing both technical and university programs through the merger of the Rand Afrikaans University Technikon Witwatersrand, and the East Rand and Soweto campuses of Vista University. I mean, I'll be the first to confess, when I first saw this logo, I did my master's here during the Rao days. And when I saw this logo, I was like, this is the ugliest logo I ever saw. And now I'll tell you, this is the most beautiful logo of a university. It's award winning, you know. How many Mace Awards we've been winning? I lost count, Dr. Lidwaba. And you know, you can't blame me. I know you'd say because I'm now Vice Chancellor, I'll praise the logo. No, I changed my mind even before I became a Vice Chancellor. When the logo was put together, it meant nothing, ladies and gentlemen, because there was nothing attached to it. But through the hard work of many men and women, including our students and student leaders, council, our stakeholder community, we made this logo what it is, you know. Nobody can say they've never seen the UJ logo, unless if they can't see. Because they know what it means. It means exciting things, innovation, societal impact, fourth industrial revolution, progress, and so on. We're not standing still. UJ, ladies and gentlemen, is unapologetically a high-performance university. We are 20. I wonder what UJ will be when it's 100. We give them a run for their money. They won't tell you, but they know there is UJ. We give them a run for their money, and we're going to do that. And we're not doing things because we want to make other people look bad. That is their problem. It's because we want to be the best that we know we can be, and we'll continue to innovate. I mean, just last week, our researchers in the Faculty of Humanities, our Pallier Institute Professor Kamila. Where's Professor Kamila? Yeah. You know, those bones, those fossils were sitting there, you know, peacefully at another institution. And our guys went there, and then and I see Prof. Basso is smiling, and they did their thing. They researched that, and then they shared with the world what they found out. And they found out that in one of the femurs, in those fossils, they could find the old arrow with poison that is 7,000 years old. They don't only find this, they can also date them. This is how smart our people are. I'm sure you're wondering what bones were the fossils. And when I saw the thing, I was like, hey, I wonder this 7,000-year-old poison can kill me. That I will never try, Prof. Camilla. There's just a lot of amazing things that are happening every day. Don't go and apologize. Learn about your university and share what we are doing here at the great University of Johannesburg. So, ladies and gentlemen, what does this mean, you know, to be at the great University of Johannesburg? What does it mean, you know, in the academic world? Well, here we talk about equal opportunity for South African students. Here we talk about diversity, inclusivity, and belonging. And you'll see this through your engagement with various faculties that provide quality higher education in inputs and outputs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a legacy we are immensely proud of, and once certainly worth celebrating. Our story as an institution is a formidable one indeed. In just under 2 decades, we have shown our ability to respond to a shifting context and emerge as dynamic and active participants in the fourth industrial revolution. We have been at the fore of the fourth industrial revolution in Africa, and our commitment to Pan-Africanism, transformation, equity, and access has not wavered. These ideals remain the fabric of our institution, even as we enter an exciting new chapter. Our achievements speak to this remarkable story, ladies and gentlemen. UJ is now ranked #1 in South Africa and on the African continent among universities that are younger than 50 years worldwide. This is according to the latest Times Higher Education Young University Rankings. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the latest Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, UJ is now ranked among the top 50 institutions in the world. Most recently, we were recognized as the best institution of higher education in South Africa for studying engineering, Professor Mashau, and computer science, Professor Mutiti, according to the 2025 Times Higher Education World University Rankings by subject. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many more achievements I could allude to, but what is clear is that we are making a tangible difference. UJ is the #1 research producer in terms of the, research output that is accredited by the Department of Higher Education and Training. 3 years in a row, Professor Refilwe Pasanomafuya. And we're going to maintain that lead. Last year, the second university behind us, there was a gap of 100 units to join us at the top. It's not easy being at the top, but we're going to continue to make sure we stay at the top. And we will, because at the University of Johannesburg, we invest resources. We have a vision that is nicely supported by resources. We've got no reason not to continue to excel. Here at UJ, ladies and gentlemen, ideas flourish and dreams take shape. A lot was said about dreams, and I know for a fact, ladies and gentlemen, that you have dreams. That as soon as I'm done, as soon as I'm working, this is what I want to do. I'm not going to bore you with my story. When I went to university, I also had my own dreams. And professors, the Graham professors, Professor Graham, how do I, there are 2 twins there. Professor Susie Graham and Professor Vicky Graham, and they heard me well when I talked about one of my dreams. One of the things I couldn't afford was chomp growing up. And I said, when I work, I'm going to eat all the chomps in this world. When you buy me chomp, you don't buy 1, 6 and above. And when I eat it with that thing that, damn, I couldn't afford you when I was growing up. Now, the Graham professors, Graham sisters brought me a whole box last year for Christmas. I had a wonderful festive season. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you very much. We all have dreams. And please, you should not give up on your dreams. I had colleagues, that I studied with. One told me straight that as soon as he gets a job, he's getting married. I'm not saying, Mr. Deputy President, that should be your dream. Colleagues, against the existing backdrop I have alluded to, this year also presents new and exciting opportunities to learn and make tangible differences. It is a time to challenge ourselves and to strive for greatness, as well as we all contribute to the collective success of our university. We encourage you to take full advantage of the resources available. Please engage with faculty, participate in student organizations, commit fully to the academic experience, and embrace the diverse perspectives that make UJ an extraordinary place to be. I want to take a moment to remind you what a privilege it is to be standing here today, or to be sitting here today. As you may have seen on the news a few days ago, we have received over 600, close to 700,000 applications for new students just this year. You represent some of the 10,000 who were admitted. Now, though higher education should not be a privilege, it still is, ladies and gentlemen. Your acceptance is even more remarkable when you consider the South African socio-economic context and the ongoing fight for access. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to remind you of some of the realities. Any university, that worth the name university should have, and definitely has, this type of a rule. When I was a student with Menom Samatlangu, where is Menom Samatlangu? At one of the universities that is no longer in existence. I don't know if you remember this. We had Rule G13. You remember Rule G13? Today I see you, tomorrow I don't see you. At UJ we've got F7. It sounds like a name of a race car. It could be a name of a race car because with F7 you will be quickly out of this university as quickly as we welcomed you. I have to mention this. This is a rule that is reserved for those people who do not make academic progress. There are thousands of people who want that seat that you are occupying. Please do not play with this opportunity. If you don't make academic progress, there is F7. When I was a student, we call it Rule G13. I see you today, tomorrow I don't see you. I pray that it doesn't apply to you. It's in your hands to work hard, that you are not part of the group that bothers these fine young men and women who are part of the SRC to go and fight for things that they should not be fighting for. If you don't perform, you don't perform. And why go and trouble the SRC to go and then start unnecessary arguments at faculties? Of course, we are not inhuman. Sometimes people go through different periods, sicknesses and so on. I used to chair the F7 committee, appeals committee at the Faculty of Law when I was at the Faculty of Law. We do take that into consideration. We are not inhuman. But people who go with those guys with fancy cars that are always driving around campuses and fail, people who go drinking, smoking, and dancing all the time, we're not saying you should not dance. There must be time for that and time for books. Please remember that. So against this context, ladies and gentlemen, your place here at the great University of Johannesburg carries an almost impossible to comprehend weight. As a university that uniquely represents the socio-economic context of our country, we must be cognizant of the enormity of the ability to attend a higher education institute. I am reminded of the words of former President Thabo Mbeki, who once said, and I quote, "I was very fortunate to be able to go to school and university because many people our age couldn't complete school. This gift of education must be used in whatever ways we can to uplift the people," close quote. With that said, it is my great honor to announce the opening of the academic year. We have no doubt that you will help us rise to even more heights untold as we support and encourage your dreams. I assure you, you have made the right choice. Together we'll reimagine the future and make a tangible difference in the world around us. I mean, when I say you have made the right choice, I know that you are here because you want to be here. Because we take the best. You could have gone anywhere. You could have gone to other universities, but you chose this university. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, to our esteemed faculty and staff, thank you for your unwavering dedication to shaping the leaders of tomorrow. Your passion and commitment continue to inspire and empower our students to reach their full potential. I could not begin this year without this acknowledgement and my deepest gratitude for your efforts. Just as I began, ladies and gentlemen, I must end with the words of Katongo. Novel nuances every night, negative notions nullified, interests and ideas inside us to have norms thrown in a graveside. Our goals are gauged in Fahrenheit as we gorge on seasons summoned before sight. I like this. Negative notions nullified. People will go and say a lot of nonsense, and I'm like, are they talking about the great University of Johannesburg? People who never walked, at any of our campuses have got so much to say, Oh, no, these buses, these electric buses are nothing. They don't use them, they just park them. Dr. Alpata, those buses, they operate every day, right? And by the end of this month, we're getting 3 more brand new ones. There are going to be 5, right, Dr. Alpata? Madam CFO, 5, right, by the end of the month? I'm ready to pose with my orange suit next to those beautiful orange buses. And our students are looking well after them. Please continue to do that. They operate, the aim is to replace all these nasty diesel buses with electric buses because we want to maintain, want to do a bit towards protecting our environment. Please remember that. Ladies and gentlemen, this captures the spirit of UJ. We are a community constantly striving to surpass expectations and embrace the boundless possibilities of each new season. Welcome to another exciting year at the great University of Johannesburg. UJ! All the way! UJ! I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, VC. Our VC is a true leader and inspiration to all of us, and apparently also the next great DJ. We'll look forward to that for the year. He also has other hidden talents, VC, and maybe he'll reveal them throughout the year. We'll see during the celebrations. Thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful speech. I'd now like to call back to the podium Dr. Ledwaba and Mr. Similane, who will lead all of our first-year students in the student pledge, the words of which will appear on both screens on either side of me. Dr. Ledwaba and Mr. Similane will say a line, and then we invite the students to repeat that line to dedicate themselves to UJ.
Right, students, please repeat after us. Oh yes, let's stand up. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Look at your screens as I read and repeat after me. As a proud member of the University of Johannesburg community, I commit to being more conscious about the choices I make.
In pursuit of my future aspirations, I pledge to regenerate my ambitions daily. Fostering a spirit of continuous renewal.
I choose not to bully others on social media and in real life. I pledge to use social media responsibly. Spread positivity and think before I post.
With knowledge and creativity as my compass, I reimagine a future where my studies and career transcend boundaries, fueled by innovative thinking and a commitment to positive change.
In the vast landscape of ideas, I pledge to engage in meaningful conversations. Listening, learning, and sharing diverse perspectives.
Anchored in unwavering ethics, I commit to making ethical choices, building a tomorrow that promises integrity, responsibility, inclusivity, and the well-being of all.
As the architect of my destiny and steward of my collective future, I am committed to shaping a tomorrow that embodies the best of my humanity by making conscious choices that benefit my career, well-being, and the environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking that pledge. I'm now going to ask that all members in the hall please stand for the singing of the national anthem. The UJ choir will also lead us through this. Thank you to the choir.
Oh
you so much, everybody. Please be seated. Now, normally we close off our academic ceremonies with the national anthem, but because UJ is turning 20, this is a unique day. And so we have a special surprise. And I just want to make sure that special surprise is ready to come towards the stage. I'm going to ask the VC to rejoin us. I'm going to ask the president of the SRC as well to join us as they go towards the right side of the stage and cut UJ's birthday cake. Cheerleaders for that wonderful, rousing performance and the late confetti machine that just went off. And I'd like to now officially close the ceremony. I'd like to ask everybody to please stand, but before you do that, just to say thank you so much for joining us at this wonderful celebration. Thank you for keeping the energy. I know it was a long program. Just another warm welcome to all of our first years at this special, unique place that is UJ. Please travel home safely, and remember, we will see you bright and early on Monday for class. Please rise and remain standing as the academic procession exits. Baie dankie, ngiyabonga, kiaboha. Thank you.